first one here. This is the ticker is FCUV. This is Focus Universal. Just double checking to make sure I don't say something wrong here. The stock is up 332% here in the pre-market. Looks like it was actually up higher than that earlier as we traded above 10 and have come back in here. The news from today, Focus Universal announces the launch of a deterministic AI forms auto-populate engine for autonomous business document processing across trade, logistics, and SEC reporting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
you ready for Judge.ai?
I mean, that's another conversation. Here's the thing, though. Like, this sounds good. I get it. But like 340%. Can we get IDAI to do this? That would be amazing to wake up to that stock being $8 for a PR like this.
Well, it's there's other reasons why this is going.
Okay, and I'm sure you're going to cover them. So here we go. So 18.75% of the float is shorted. That's actually elevated, and that looks pretty good in accordance with these float numbers. Looks like it did a recent split here. Let me check that as well. Yeah, it sure did. June 23rd did a 4-for-1 reverse split.
It's a little weird how they have that because
it's a typo. It's a typo.
Okay.
It's a 1-for-4 reverse split. That's simply a typo. We figured it out, but that explains the other numbers that we just looked at. Float on this under $1 million, super low float. It's already way above its average on this 330% move. 13, what do you got for this one?
Yeah. So those reverse splits have resulted in a float that's 600,000 shares. So this is one of those that's going to likely get picked up, maybe taken for a ride. It's already had a bit of a ride this morning. The company does have little revenue. It does have cash. It's not profitable, and it has very, very little debt. But what's interesting is one of the things we've been talking about recently with regard to the new NASDAQ rule. This has an MVLS, or at least it did yesterday, of under 5 million.
Oh, be damned.
Now it's above it. Certainly coming back in here to a support area around 7. I think we did lose VWAP. Yeah, we're losing VWAP. So right now, this current candle, we're going to see if we do close beneath it or recapture that indicator. But if we do hold above here, then and we get to the open and we're still hanging out at least, I would say 7 or maybe more like 650 at least. There could be some more upside here. And you could draw a simple trend line from that 1025 high through the $9 peak that we just had. And there's a bit of a trend line that we need to get through. And it still might need a little bit of time before we actually, turn around and start trading back up. So I would, for me, I think I'd be waiting for a little bit lower print and maybe closer to the open before taking a stab at this one. But the news looks pretty good. I don't know what this is going to mean in terms of revenue for the company, but like I said, it's a very low float, and this could get taken for a ride.
Okay, and this is coming back into the VWAP and doing its absolute best to hold this right now. A really quick, great question here from Trevor. We cover this occasionally, but it's always worth going over again. Other than Citibank, can you guys think of a reverse split that's worked? I mean, I want to cheat and say SOXL and SOXS, but that's not real. That's not a real answer that you're looking for. The general rule of thumb here, if companies are reverse splitting, especially multiple times, it's reverse splitting itself into the ground. It's not a good sign. There's really no way to spin that. On the flip side, if companies are splitting, that's a good sign. So
the answer is yes, but I think I can only count them on like one hand.
Yeah, it is so few and far between that your general rule of thumb is that if the company continues to reverse split, it is not good. Something is wrong. And if a company continues to split because the value keeps going up, they're doing something right. That's about as easy as you can to break it down. Forsman says GE is the only example I know of where a reverse split.
Right, that's one of them.
Great example.
EKS, thank you very much for explaining that to Trey Blue. He's just telling him what that NASDAQ rule is, what I was mentioning, the 5
Here,
million.
let's put it on screen.
Yep.
Put that on screen here.
Yeah, so, if, and this has already started. This rule came into effect on July 23rd. So that means that we could start seeing companies get delisted as early as the week of August 24th. So that's going to be an important week, not just because of that, but we also have NVIDIA earnings.
Oh, gosh, let's go.
We have GDP and PCE, and that's also the weekend. It's going to be the week of, and after that week's over, the weekend, we have the economic symposium with Warsh and the other Fed members. So it's going to be a packed week, and it could be a volatile week. And I also think that this may also put some pressure on the Trump Xi meeting, because a lot of those companies that are going to get delisted are Chinese.